At some point, somebody's going to ask you what it is you're writing, and you want to sound like you know at least a little bit of what you're talking about when you answer. How can you possibly know if you're writing a creative nonfiction book if you're not really sure what it is and, more importantly, what it isn't? Here's what I wish someone would have explained to me before I started out. I'm Karen Wilson, an indie author, speaker, and story coach, and I self-published a book, my first book in 2021. I'm currently working on my second. Both of them are under the creative nonfiction umbrella, if you will. So I've been exactly where you are right now. What exactly is creative nonfiction? Here's the simplest way to think about it. It's true stories well told. That's it. It's also been noted to be called like the fourth genre because you have like fiction and poetry and normal nonfiction like textbooks and how-to guides and stuff. And then there's this other thing sitting out here that's called creative nonfiction. And it's an umbrella of quite a few things. You can think of it as true life meeting storytelling. If you think about my book, Be Weightless, which I've talked about on this channel before, it's my first book, the one I published in 2021. It's the true story of me losing 65 pounds. Throughout it, I share lots of personal stories, inner narrative, like everything that was going on in my mind. I didn't write it like, a clinical weight loss step 1, step 2 manual. I told it in story format with scenes. There's emotional moments that pull you in, real events with story. What falls underneath the creative nonfiction umbrella? Think of it as a big tent with lots of different types of stories inside of it. You've got a memoir, which I did a whole episode on memoir types last week. I'll make sure that it's linked below, but basically memoir is life events following like a certain theme or a certain piece of life stories. That falls under creative nonfiction. There's personal essays. So you could write a book filled with personal essays. And what that is it's a personal story where you explore one experience or one idea. There's travel writing, which also takes people in a storytelling reading on a journey of travel. There's also recipe books, which when it's in the creative nonfiction style, there might be a story about the recipe before the recipe is on the page, or a story about the collection of recipes. There's even business books, and you're sharing your personal stories about how, systems and your business was created, and possibly even taking in some personal stories with colleagues and people you've worked with, and interviews of your clients and their success stories. So what ties all of these together? There's 3 things. Number 1, it's story-driven. You're not just listing facts. You're creating scenes, building tensions. There's conflict in every story. You're taking people in this co-creation and allowing them to live the experience through the eyes of the author. And second, they have a narrative structure with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it keeps people turning pages. And third, you as the author are present in the story, your perspective, your experience. That's what makes it compelling. This isn't dry, academic, put me to sleep writing where you totally disappear. Your readers want to know what you learned, right? They want to know how you felt, and they want to know what happens next. You're the guide taking them through that real experience. They can get information anywhere. This is the decade of instant information anywhere. People can identify themselves and their story and other people's stories. So that's why this makes this so much more special than just a regular nonfiction business book, especially, for the entrepreneur. They want to know your story. So let's clear up some confusion about what creative nonfiction is not. And I think you are going to get a lot of freedom from this because it gives me so much freedom when I have to rein myself in and remind myself what I don't have to do It's so freeing. Okay. Number one is that it's not fiction. Okay. So you can't make stuff up. Yeah, maybe you can recreate some dialogue from your memory, and you can maybe compress the timeline for better storytelling. But the core events either happen to you directly or to someone that you interviewed. If you're creating like events or fictional characters, it's no longer creative nonfiction. Then it's fiction. This is the best one. It's not journalism. You're not trying to be objective, and you don't have to interview multiple sources just to prove your point. This is your subjective experience, your perspective. This is your truth. You're not writing a research paper. So lighten up a bit. Creative nonfiction is also not about dumping everything into the book, right? Just because it happened, it doesn't mean that it needs to be there. You still need to think about the theme, and you need to think about the reader. They don't want to have to go and take a shower or feel horrible because of what they just read. Be clear about the themes you want to explore and how to structure it so that your readers do stay engaged. Now, if you want to take this further and actually start outlining your creative nonfiction book, I have a full playlist that's step-by-step, one video at a time. You can do this right with me alongside of you. I'll make sure that that is linked below this video. But before you go there, we have another thing that we need to talk about. Here's the golden rule that will help you know if your book fits into the creative nonfiction category. Ask yourself, am I telling a story that changed me or maybe taught me something important? If the answer is yes, you're probably looking at creative nonfiction. Maybe you too have a weight loss journey that you want to talk about. Maybe a business failure that led to success. Maybe how you overcame a fear, rebuilt a relationship, or learned a new skill or hobby or craft. Maybe you learned something else life-changing that you know everybody experiences. So you need to throw in your perspective because you know it's going to be helpful. These all have creative nonfiction potential. The key is that something happened. And because something happened, you're different now. You grew and you have wisdom to share. That transformation is what makes your true story, your personal story, worth reading. Your readers are not just looking for information. They need you. They need you as their pretend friend that is going through exactly what they're going through right now. They need to be seen by you, heard by you, and you have the power to do that with the words that you put down on paper through your story. They want to feel less alone and more hopeful about what they can do to be proactive, that you have the experience on the other side to share. That's the magic of creative nonfiction. Just to recap in a very, very simple way, it's nonfiction. Everything in it, all accounts, characters, everything is true. It's creative because it's story-driven. It's exciting. It's compelling. It has conflict. It has connection. And it is true story. Like you're sitting with a best friend, walking this piece of life together through your words. That's the power of creative nonfiction. Will you do it? Now that you understand what creative nonfiction is, you're probably really raring to go. Okay, so I do have that playlist, my creative nonfiction outlining made easy playlist. I'll link it right here so you can go from solid idea to complete outline. That way, when you're writing the thing, there are no blank pages. It's a step-by-step process I use for every single one of my books, and it's here for you. And while you're here, stick around, subscribe, because I'm showing up with you and we're doing this together. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.